Welcome to MMA Noise. I'm your host, Mike Straka, sitting alongside Tommy Dreamer, the newest member of the Louder Noise TV family. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate being here. You're going to be the MMA guy. I'm going to be the non-MMA guy. I'll be the wrestling guy.
So you're Cageside Noise. Well, we have a couple different like segues right into WrestleMania. First of all, you are training Shane McMahon.
Correct.
For that specific event.
Correct.
Tell me what that's like.
Well, through social media it became newsworthy, but actually, I mean, me and Shane have been friends a long, long time, and probably started training with him around 2001. And Shane is crazy, and Shane is very, very athletic. Shane could probably enter the Octagon, UFC, Bellator. Shane is the real deal.
Well, I know he trains with Renzo Gracie, but he also trains with Phil Nurse's guy, Brett Havlicek, down at the Walk.
No, dude, he's
known
for
Brett
real.
for many years too. He's a badass.
I would consider myself tough, and Shane has made me tap many, many times. We don't strike to the face, but he takes my air out. He can go. And again, training for MMA is a lot different than training for professional wrestling, but Shane's a warrior, and not being in WWE for 7 years, but he put the tweet out, so everyone was like, oh, you're training in WWE, just did a little video about it. But yeah, I mean, I've been training with him for a long time. We've just been friends, and just to get back in the ring with him, and because again, you want to get your wind up, and my crazy mind and his crazy mind. He's always jumping off of places, hitting people with weapons, and that's kind of my specialty. He's in a Hell in a Cell match with the Undertaker, which is a big selling point for WrestleMania. Again, coming back after 7 years. Shane is the real deal.
So the Undertaker likes to throw some jiu-jitsu moves out there. He's won a couple of matches with his Gogo Plata, and he wears MMA gloves. Is that unique in the sport?
Yes. Undertaker, a lot of guys are big fans of mixed martial arts. Undertaker's the first guy to ever make Tommy Dreamer tap out in my entire career. He's a great wrestler, a great performer, and yeah, he kind of trains the same way with an MMA background, but applying it to professional wrestling, and he is a phenom. He's an amazing character. They always say he's Vince McMahon's greatest creation. I wish he was still undefeated, because I think the undefeated streak was actually bigger than WrestleMania. But he's another guy, and who can still go in the ring. And he's a little older than me. I'm 45, so he's still the man. And he has a great wrestling schedule, because he only really wrestles once a year now. So it's, I wish I had that schedule.
Not a bad gig. Do you think that there's parallels? I mean, obviously, I know there are parallels between the audiences of MMA and WWE and professional wrestling. But do you also feel like one is helping the other?
I think they're both feeding off of it. Absolutely. It's kind of the same thing, except for, to me, UFC, we're really blasting each other in the face, and as opposed to WWE, where we're not trying. It's predetermined.
Right.
And if anyone is watching this that does not know that, I'm sorry about just breaking that news to you, but I will never lie to my audience.
Now, Brock Lesnar had some great success crossing over till he had diverticulitis, and that kind of took a lot of the fight out of him. But where there's another guy who's coming in named CM Punk. What are your thoughts there? I've
known CM Punk. I actually hired CM Punk into WWE. CM Punk is one of those guys that will excel at anything he does. He gets so into what he's doing. He wrote a comic book. He was a big comic book kid. He's a big professional wrestling kid. He's a big MMA guy. And me personally, I thought it was a great move for UFC, because he puts something out there, a tweet, it's trending.
Right.
He is pop culture, and it does. He hasn't had a fight now in 2 years, and we're still talking about him.
Exactly.
If that was just anybody, I think even if he never has a fight, I think what CM Punk should do, he should be an announcer, because you hand that guy a microphone and he gets people's attention. And I think he should definitely do that. I've fought so many UFC guys. I should be getting the UFC contract, because I have fought, but I've also lost to them all, even in the predetermined world. I fought Ron Waterman. I fought Sylvester Terkay, Kurt Angle. You name it, I've lost to him. But to be I've been in real riots. I've been in real fights. If someone is out there to harm me or harm my family, that's when I could fight. I could never fight somebody professionally, because I have to hate you.
Right.
That's, to me, a big Bobby Lashley, to me, could be the biggest star in mixed martial arts, because he has it all. if you watch his technique, it's great. I would love to see him either go to UFC or even get higher, get a title match with Bellator.
And Lashley was on the Olympic team before he got shot in that bank robbery. So, you know, there's a lot of great talent.
It is. It's totally a whole different world.
Well, UFC 197, you got John Jones coming up against Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier, another Olympic wrestler, by the way. But, you know, Jones handled Daniel Cormier pretty well the first time. I think it's going to be a little different this time. I think Cormier may have been intimidated that first fight. I don't think he's intimidated anymore.
One thing I'm not liking about this matchup is the professional wrestling smack talk.
Yeah.
And let's shove each other at press conferences. I'm not a big fan of that. You know, Muhammad Ali was the greatest showman on earth. A lot of professional wrestlers got their shtick from watching Muhammad Ali. But Muhammad Ali in his prime, just like a Mike Tyson would go out and say, I'm going to beat you, I'm going to kick your ass, and guess what? He did it. Let's not go overboard, and if everyone does it, it's going to hurt the credibility of the sport, just like it did for boxing. And just, well, I can't say it helps. It helps for professional wrestling, but again, that's predetermined. And I also think Cormier is going to win the fight.
Well, I just want to get one more plug in for your show, Cageside Noise. What are you going to be covering? What are you going to be talking about?
We were going over that. We had a big production meeting today. We're going to structure it in the sense of who the hell knows what's going on. I want to get the word out more about professional wrestling, and you know, we're talking a big thing to me of men and women of the past who, you know, paved the way for myself. And a lot of people think once you leave WWE, you're not around anymore, and going to try to, you know, hey, this person's still around, this person's still wrestling, this person's still out there, or this person's still alive, this person, you know, hey, you grew up watching them, you could maybe contact them on Twitter, you know, just kind of stuff like that. We're gonna, who knows where it gets me. You know, we're gonna go a lot of location and see where it goes, and happy to be a part of it.
Well, that does it for this edition of MMA Noise. Tommy Dreamer, I'm Mike Straka. Until next time, enjoy the fights.